Yes, I know what you're thinking. Yes, I am Foose, and yes, I am outside, and yes, I know Corporal Halfsack warned me about going outside with the Beaver and all that stuff, but the dude's a little loopy, but I somehow got out of my little dog kennel to bring you this very important video with the second installment of Basement Cinema. And also, I know what else you're also thinking too. Why am I watching this on Friday the 13th? Well, you know what, it's Friday the 13th, and it's just a lovely, beautiful day out here in the lovely land. It's a little raining, a little haze, what have you. And yes, it is Friday the 13th. And yes, you're probably also thinking, oh my God, Foose, you're going to review Friday the 13th. No, I'm not. No, Friday the 13th is not going to be reviewed on Friday the 13th. Instead, I will be telling you about 3 other fine camp films of the 80s, and one of them was of the 2000s, but I digress. So we're going to go on to it. Friday the 13th brought you Jason Voorhees and his enormous and incredible kills, his speed, his strengths. We also got his Corey Feldman in part 4, but that's here nor there. But we also had Zombie Jason in 6, and we had that hellacious Carrie versus Jason in episode 7, which I hated, and then goes to hell, and the list goes on. I'm trying to do this quickly as possible because I know what's going to happen. The boys are going to find me out here and they're going to beat me senseless, or Halfsack's going to feed me nothing more than just Slurpees for like a week. So I'm going to enjoy this nice weather out here that I'm having. Alright, so this is what we're going to talk about. In my honest opinion, Friday the 13th was not the greatest camp film of all time. No, the greatest camp film of all time is going to go to a little gem that I like to call Sleepway Camp. You see that? You got the Sleepway Camp there. Everybody knows about Sleepway Camp. It's the most infamous movie. It has the most infamous movies. It has the most infamous ending to a movie in probably horror movie lexicon history of the 80s and of all time. But look at this sweet poster. I mean, think about this. This is a better poster than Friday the 13th, which had the original poster was the knife and the curtain and all that, or however you have it, but it just wasn't a good poster. This is a good poster, good movie. Everybody knows about it. Camp kids killing each other, but you know, you think there's one killer, but there might be 2 killers or 3 killers if you've seen it. But it spawned a few sequels. It spawned Sleepaway Camp 2, which should have been, yes, that was Pamela Springsteen. That was Bruce Springsteen's sister was in that one. She was in 2 and 3. And then we had Sleepaway Camp 4 that never got finished, but I do have a copy of it that I was able to get. And then there was a Return to Sleepaway Camp, which was technically Sleepaway Camp 5, which was a direct sequel to Sleepaway Camp. But once again, I digress, and sometimes I just talk really fast because I don't want to get caught by the boys out back and being whipped by a boat paddle. So with Sleepaway Camp, it's the story of Angela and her cousin going to camp, what have you, and kids wind up, and a couple counselors end up getting messed up in the process. Pretty good kills. There's a boiling by a vat of corn. That's a good one, but it's not really a kill. I guess maybe we should say spoiler alert, but then again, this film's like 30 years old, so there shouldn't be no spoiler alert on it. Yeah. Best ending, best poster, better kills than Friday the 13th, the original one at least. I'm giving it 4 out of 4, the usual. Basement Cinema Hall of Fame right there. You can go to any second-hand store and pick yourself up a copy of Sleepaway Camp 4. I will say this, Felissa Rose was in this. She will be coming to Motor City Nightmares 2020, and I want to meet her so bad, so hopefully I can get out of the basement and out of the danger zone to meet her. So Sleepaway Camp 4 out of 4. Alright, I'm so good. It's still nice out here with a little bit of overcast. So we're going to talk about the second camp movie, which is The Burning. Yes, the movie that had Fisher Stevens, Jason Alexander, Dee Pfeiffer, I believe, was in this one. I'm looking here on the back of the DVD case. I remember Dee Pfeiffer. I know she was in a bunch of stuff, so that's a little... I'll have to look into that one. But The Burning had a better killer in it than Sleepaway Camp. there was also a better killer than what it was in Friday the 13th. His name was Cropsey. He butchered, manhandled these little bastards in this movie like no one else could. He was in a raft. He came out of the water in a raft and basically dismembered Fisher Stevens' hands and fingers with a pair of shears. And did I mention the killer's name was Cropsey? Yes, like the infamous killer that they said that was from like New Jersey back in the day. But you know, luckily we should have had one here in Michigan. Maybe we will have one in Michigan if the boys don't ever let me out of this place. I'm gonna probably butcher them into a million little pieces, but I digress. So yeah, the burning tells the story of Cropsey, the camp counselor that a bunch of kids set on fire, went out and just manhandled, destroyed. He basically, in lack of other terms, messed them real up. He made them real ugly. Just, it was some nasty stuff in this one. The burning is it's a classic, better than Friday the 13th, the original one, might I say. Yeah, but we got some also honorable mentions. Another good camp movie is Ernest Goes to Camp. Not much horror, but it's just a good camp movie. There was also Heavyweights. I thought about reviewing that one. Kids remember Heavyweights? Lars, Do It To It Laws, I'm Feeling Skinny, Uncle Tony. We're going to be doing that by Labor Day, stuff like that. But I was supposed to have a Michigan-made camp film. There's not too many of those out there. Yeah. I just had a brain fart there. I'm sorry about that. It's from me lack of not eating and just drinking pond water, if you will. But the Michigan-made camp film, I don't have it on DVD because one of the boys used it and used it for skeet. I believe that was Corporal Halfsack. Said, here, I'm going to teach you how to become a man. Took his AR-15 and shot my only copy of Blood Orgy at Beaver Lake. Yes, I want you to IMDb that, Google that, YouTube that. The movie is called Blood Orgy at Beaver Lake. It is 4 out of 4 stars. That's what we give it here in the basement. I'm looking at a squirrel over there that looks awfully delicious. Squirrel. Sorry about that, folks. I'm just hungry out there, so I know this probably is, not the right time, but probably like, share, subscribe the video, if you will. I know this was a really weird and short one, but it's Friday the 13th, and I'm reviewing The Burning, Sleepway Camp, and Blood Orgy at Beaver Lake. So that's what I got going for me. I don't want to watch Friday the 13th 1 through 10 again, including the remake. So with that being said, remember, there's always stuff to do in the basement. Just help me. Please, get me out of here. I can't get out of here. Help me. Someone get me out, please.